I'm 87 years old. For 7 years I lived in a retirement home, but I moved. You see, there, if I drop dead, fine. But if you get sick, they put you in a hospital, and then in a nursing home. I have been in my own place 4 years now, and here they can't throw me out. I loved every single day that I was in the retirement home, and they will take me back. But there, people are dying. It's depressing. I did not like to sit always with the same three people who, when I came out to say, "Good morning, how are you?" they say, "Oh, I'm sick. I did not sleep all night." That's not the way to start a day. You must open your eyes and say, "Aha, I'm up." Now, you see my garden. The roses are not blooming yet, but my things grow quite well. I water them much less than the neighbors do. I have very good neighbors. They are wonderful to me. They put in a buzzer that buzzes in the next house in case I fall, but I won't use it. I was born in Vienna, Austria on September 26, 1901. My husband Kurt I met in Israel. We eventually settled in the United States in New York City. We really wanted a farm, and after a while we bought one. It was in New York State, and it was 50 acres for $1,200. In 1962 we came to California. I really wanted to live in Mexico. I loved the easygoing people there. Kurt and I had learned Spanish in adult education so that we could travel around there. We did. But Kurt liked California better. He said Mexico is an unlawful country. I'm very careful that I eat a lot of sweet stuff. I like to eat. There are very few things that I don't like to eat, but I can always give a lot of cookies away and bacon or a new lot. People like home-baked cookies. That's why I bake them. And I don't. Transportation is mostly by bus, which stops next to the mobile home park where I live. I can get to most places, but I have a friend who is very good to me, and she takes me when I have to go someplace. I used to drive, but I was a rotten driver. In the Braille Center, they called me menace of the road. I did not pay attention. My eyes and ears are no good. Sometimes I miss having a car, but it's good for practicing patience. In Braille, the dots have to be exactly in the right spot. Everything has to be perfect, or the page must be done over. I have been doing Braille for 20 years now. I started when I was doing volunteer work for the Red Cross. That was the first volunteer work that we did. Kurt needed something to keep him from reading books on TV all day long. The doctor there put me in touch with his wife, Sylvia Cassell. I thought she would be a slim, haughty socialist, a regular doctor's wife. Then I met her and fell in love. She always wears a flower in her hair. I'm happy, she says. That's why I have to put it on.
She's been very, very dear to me, and she has worked like a Trojan. And I'll tell you something very unusual. I don't know if she remembers this, but the day her husband died, Kurt,
I will never forget it.
I got a phone call from her, and she said, "I need an assignment right now to Braille." And I said, "Okay, Martha, I'll bring it over to you." Why? Well, because Kurt just died. I said, "Oh, my God." That same day, she had to have something to do. Adult Education honors one of the students there each year.
It's the Junior League.
No, not the Junior League. Adult Education I'm talking about.
Oh, I got the award from the Junior League.
Oh, well, that was nice, but I was with you when you got the LaFoy
Oh,
award.
I forgot that. Another
Yeah.
award.
Yeah.
That was so long ago. That wasn't even for being so old.
Oh, it wasn't for being old.
I get my awards now for being old. If people my age would know how nice it is to go and work outside, they would do it. But they just think they have to sit and talk about what ails them. And that's boring. Makes no sense at all. Short time ago, I joined the Amnesty International, and I even sent 3 letters already, and I hope it helps. We all learned to play the piano. When I had the first piano lesson, I was very much afraid because I didn't go to school yet. And when I sat down next to that strange lady, I didn't dare tell her when I had to go to the toilet. When I got up from the piano lesson, there was something underneath. They watched it very carefully. I didn't like to play the piano. I had lessons for 3 years, and it didn't help me a bit. But then I went on playing easy things. And when I was 16, I had a very good teacher who took me to concerts and to the opera. Vienna Opera is very good. We went to community concerts all over the United States. I go to the community concerts because I'm faithful, because I'm persistent and faithful. Wherever we lived, there was always community concerts. But the San Jose Symphony is better. Copy all these popular songs. I get 2 or 3 on one page. I simplify them, and then I play them over there in the Alzheimer's Center. People are clapping their hands and singing, dancing. It's quite rewarding. I have 2 different subscriptions for concerts. One, we go 6 in the car. I am the last one whom she delivers. After an opera in San Francisco, I sometimes go home at 2 o'clock in the morning. And I can feel that the next few days. And I like much too much to do my volunteer work. So this year I will only go to Falstaff because I want to. I studied social work in Vienna. I read when I was a kid. I read a lot of Dickens and stuff. And I made up my mind that I want to help others. So many years ago I worked for 5 years in a mental hospital. And it was hard because people would try to get them out of the hospital, and we succeeded quite often. And then they came back very soon, or they committed suicide, and it was very frustrating. I left because I asked one of the old nurses there, who had been there for 30 years, I said, how could you stand it? And she said, oh, you get hurt. And I didn't want to get hurt. There's a driver for shut-ins, people who cannot go out well, and to driver is she reads a lot and she knows a lot about books. She asks people what they like to read, and she writes it on a card. She writes, for instance, Gothics. Gothics is junk, and people, many women like to read that, and I work mostly with large print books, and they don't have that many large print books, so I have to find books that are about the same style that the ones that they wanted to read. But there are people who read good books, and that's much harder even, because there are much more junk books than good books in large print. I had a boyfriend who had Alzheimer's. I really loved him very much. He had Alzheimer's, but he was in a very early stage. What I see now with all the Alzheimer people, they seem to need more love and give more love than anybody else. And if I can't see you, or if I play a wrong note, I laugh and I start in again. So I tell them, I hope you don't mind the sour note. Oh, you don't play a sour note. I like to go there. They are like friends. They are good friends, even if it's frustrating. Here's something that I found and put up on the wall. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And underneath I pasted something that I found in a fortune cookie that I thought was very good. You will be wise not to seek too much from others. You should remember that. My hope is that I drop dead one day, but I don't have to go to the hospital. But else I want to go on the way I'm doing, which is going on to work. The things that I love to do.